Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best low-light cameras.
Starting at number 5.
Nikon Z5. The Nikon Z5 isn't the camera to get if you're interested in shooting video, with severely cropped 4K recording and a slow burst rate relative to higher-end models. However, you won't find a better full-frame camera body at this price point, making it the best camera for night photography for entry-level shooters. It has an excellent full-frame sensor that captures fantastic overall image quality, superb ergonomics, a high-res EVF, and even includes some premium features like dual SD card slots and in-body image stabilization. Nikon Z series has some fantastic lens options, particularly within the premium S line. Though third-party options are still limited compared to competitors like Sony, the Z system continues to grow. Ultimately, if you need full-frame image quality and low-light performance and you're primarily interested in photography, the Z5 will get you there without costing a fortune.
Coming at number 4.
Sony Alpha 6700. The Sony Alpha 6700 is the best mid-range camera we've tested. Sony cameras are some excellent low-light mirrorless cameras, and the Alpha 6700 is no exception. Though it uses an APS-C sensor, this hybrid model is very well-rounded, with one of the most sophisticated autofocus systems on the market, in-body image stabilization, and 4K video recording at up to 120 frames per second. Beyond that, you'll find plenty of amazing native and third-party lenses for this camera, with some offering excellent value, like Sigma's trio of f/1.4 prime lenses that are all well-suited for low-light shooting. Another great option in this price range is the Fujifilm X-S20, which goes toe-to-toe with the Alpha 6700 in many ways. Like the Sony, it has IBIS, a high-res APS-C sensor, and high-end video specs. Fujifilm also offers some of the fastest APS-C prime lenses on the market, like the XF50mm f/1.0 RWR. That said, its AF system isn't as reliable as the Sony. Photographers who want to save money can also consider the older Fujifilm X-S10, which uses the same sensor as the X-S20 and offers a lot of value for its price but falls short in video features compared to the X-S20, with no internal 10-bit or 6.2K recording.
At number 3.
Panasonic LUMIX S5 II. If the cameras above are a little out of your price range, check out the Panasonic LUMIX S5 II. This full-frame model has top-tier noise handling performance, so you'll get exceptionally clean image files even in poor lighting. The original Panasonic LUMIX S5 is a steal of a camera, and the S5 II improves on it in some key ways, most notably with a new phase detection autofocus system. While it's still no match for Canon's dual-pixel AF system, it does perform fairly well overall. On top of that, this camera is a video powerhouse, with advanced features like internal 10-bit recording, 4K at up to 60 frames per second, and a wide range of recording formats and codecs. L-mount lenses aren't the cheapest, but with compatible options available not just from Panasonic but also from Leica and Sigma, you'll have a wide range to choose from. If you're more strictly interested in photography, the Nikon Z6 II is another great option at this price point. It lacks the S5 II's more advanced video features, but it's a great low-light performer for photography, with excellent ergonomics and an even more reliable autofocus system.
Number 2 of my list.
Sony Alpha ZV. The Sony ZV-E1 isn't just the most advanced vlogging camera on the market, it's also a fantastic choice for low-light videography. Using the same low-light optimized sensor as the high-end Sony Alpha 7S III and Sony FX3, but sitting at a much more accessible price point, the ZV-E1 can record incredibly high-quality video, even in the trickiest lighting conditions. It's also remarkably compact for a full-frame camera and includes in-body image stabilization, so it's a good fit for run-and-gun style videography. The Panasonic LUMIX GH5S is another great option for low-light video, with a low-resolution, dual-native ISO sensor optimized for low light. However, it's a smaller sensor than the ZV-E1, but opting for the Micro Four Thirds system means more compact lens options and a more effective IBIS system. It's also less prone to overheating. Just be aware that its autofocus pales compared to Sony's real-time phase detection AF. Still, the GH5S will save you money if you prefer to focus manually. Otherwise, the ZVE1 sensor is hard to pass up for low-light shooting.
And number 1.
Canon EOS R6. The Canon EOS R6 Mark II is the best camera for low light that we've tested. It offers notable improvements over the Canon EOS R6, including a higher resolution sensor, an updated autofocus system, and improved video features like uncropped 4K video at up to 60 frames per second. Despite the higher resolution, the R6 Mark II still performs incredibly well in low light, with amazing noise handling in low light. The added resolution also gives you a touch more flexibility to crop your photos compared to its predecessor. That aside, it has an incredibly effective autofocus system, with subject tracking that works well even in low light. The camera's 5-axis in-body image stabilization (IBIS) system can also help you shoot handheld at slower shutter speeds. That said, lens selection is still relatively limited for Canon's RF mount. If you want more third-party lens options, the Sony Alpha 7 IV is another top contender with a wider selection of lenses, although its ergonomics aren't quite as good. The original R6 is also still an excellent choice despite its lower resolution sensor and slightly worse video specs.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.